Hi dear students, this is the third part of the fifth module of the subject EST 100 Engineering Mechanics. In the first two parts, we have seen or derived some fundamental equations used in the field of the rotation of a rigid body about a fixed axis. Now, in this part, we will be using that fundamental equation or governing equations to solve some numerical problems. The first problem is a flywheel rotates with a constant retardation the flywheel is rotating with a constant retardation due to braking. In the first 10 seconds, it made 300 revolutions. So during the first 10 seconds, from time t is equal to 0 second to 10 second, during that 10 second gap, it made 300 revolutions, and at time t equal to 7.5 second, its angular velocity was 40 pi radian per second. So determine the value of the constant retardation. It is given, it is retardation. So actually it is opposite to acceleration. That value we have to find out, and the problem itself, it is given as constant retardation. So we want to find the value of the constant retardation. The next one we want to find is the total time taken to come to rest and the total revolution made till it comes to rest. So initially assume that it is having an angular velocity omega 0, it is rotating with an angular velocity omega 0. From that velocity the braking is applied. So the velocity, angular velocity will gradually decrease as the time goes on. So when time t equal to 10 seconds, it is given that angular displacement is 300 revolutions. Actually during one revolution, we know that during one circular revolution the body is covering an angle of 360 degree. So 360 degree means in radian. We want to express omega and theta in terms of radian only. So 360 degree is equal to 2 pi radian. So actually 180 degree is pi radian. So 360 degree will be equal to 2 pi radian. So during one revolution, the body will be covering an angular displacement of 2 pi radian. So during 10 second, 300 revolution means 300 into 2 pi, this much radian. So theta is given, angular displacement at time t equal to 10 second is given. So we know we have the general equation theta equal to omega 0 t plus half alpha t square. That was our one of the governing equation. Here instead of omega 0, here it is used omega 1. Don't confuse, notation may be different, but the concept you have to remember. During the derivation and all, we have used the notation for initial velocity as omega 0, and for final velocity we have used the notation omega. So here omega 1 means omega 0. Okay, now theta equal to omega 0 t plus half alpha t square, that is the general equation. So at time t equal to 10 second, theta was 300 into 2 pi radian. So on substituting 300 into 2 pi radian for theta, this will be equal to initial angular velocity we don't know. That we will keep as such, but time t is 10 second. So omega 0 into 10 plus half into alpha also we don't know. That is what is we want to find out as the first answer. So alpha we will keep it as such, but t is 10, so t square is 10 square. So equation becomes 300 into 2 pi equal to omega 0 into 10 plus half into t square into alpha. So this equation reduces to 60 pi equal to omega 0 plus 5 alpha. That is equation 1. Keep it as such. Now we have one more equation, omega equal to omega 0 plus alpha t. That is next governing equation. So using that equation, at time t equal to, now moving on to the time t equal to 7.5 second. See here angular displacement is not given at time t equal to 7.5 second. Instead we have given velocity at time t equal to 7.5 second. So this velocity is the final angular velocity at time t is equal to 7.5 second. Initial velocity will be same as that of this one, omega 0, that we don't know. So that is not given in this problem. So final velocity at time t equal to 7.5 second is 40 radian per second. Since velocity is given, we will be using a relation connecting initial velocity and final velocity, that is given as omega 0 equal omega equal to omega 0 plus alpha t. Just like v is equal to u plus at, same equation, omega equal to omega 0 plus alpha t. So on substituting, we know that omega is 40 pi, omega 0 value we don't know, so we will keep it as such. Alpha also we don't know, but t is 7.5 seconds. From this equation we will obtain another equation connecting pi and omega 0 and alpha. Okay, 40 pi equal to omega 0 plus 7.5 alpha. Now solving these two, pi actually is not a constant, sorry, actually not an unknown value, it is having a value. Pi is 3.14, or in the calculator you can have that value directly. So left side 40 pi is actually a constant, so only unknowns are omega 0 and alpha. Here also only unknowns are omega 0 and alpha. So 2 unknown, 2 equation. Solving for equation 1 and 2, you will get alpha equal to minus 8 pi radian per second square. See that negative sign, since it is negative sign is coming is since it is retardation, that's why that negative sign. So this is the alpha value. So on resubstituting on either equation 2 or 1, we will get the value of omega. We can find the value of omega 0 also. So I am from equation 1, I am substituting for equation 1, then 60 pi equal to omega 0 plus 5 into alpha. So from that I will get omega 0 equal to 100 pi radian per second. Now we got the initial angular velocity omega 0. Now the body initially was having this much angular velocity. Now second part we want to find is the total time taken to come to rest. See, the body is finally coming to rest, that means final angular velocity in the second case is 0. Initial angular velocity is the initial angular velocity at the starting of the rotation, that is 100 pi radian per second. So initial angular velocity is 100 pi radian per second and final angular velocity is 0. Here see, it is omega 0 100 pi and omega is 0 and alpha is constant, and it is, we have already found out that value, minus 8 pi radian per second square. So on substituting we have omega equal to omega 0 plus alpha t. In this omega is known, omega 0 is known, alpha is known, time we don't know. So we can find out how much time it is required to come to rest. That time we got is 12.5 second. On solving this equation we will get t equal to 12.5 second. So from starting from 0 second, after 12.5 second it will come to rest. So our that was the second answer, that is total time taken to come to rest, that is 12. Third one we want to find is the total revolution made till it comes to rest. So total time taken from initial velocity omega equal to 100 pi radian per second to 100 pi radian per second to rest is 12.5 second. So we have the equation omega square equal to omega 0 square plus 2 alpha theta. Actually alpha is negative, or either you can keep it negative here or you can substitute alpha, substitute the value, negative value for alpha. Both is okay, whichever is convenient you can use that equation. So omega square equal to omega 0 square plus 2 alpha theta, that was the third fundamental equation we are having. So we know that omega, final angular velocity is 0, that is it is coming to rest at finally. So final angular velocity is 0. Initial angular velocity we got it as 100 pi radian per second. So omega 0 square is 100 pi square and 2 into alpha is minus 8 pi into theta. So you will get the total angular displacement finally theta equal to 1962.5 radian. But actually we want revolution, not the theta. Here in the question total revolution we want to find out, total revolution made till it comes to. So here answer we got is actually total angular displacement. We have to convert it into revolution. As I already told in the initially itself, during one revolution 2 pi radian is covered, 2 pi radian is the angular displacement covered. So if you divide 1962.5 divided by 2 pi, then you will get total number of revolution, that is 312.5 revolution. So theta divided by 2 pi will give total number of revolutions. Okay, that's all about the first problem. Now moving to the next problem. Second problem is a rotor of an electric motor is uniformly accelerated to a speed of 1800 rpm from rest in 5 seconds. See, motor is initially started from rest, so omega 0 is 0 and it has acquired a speed of 1800 rpm. See, speed is given, revolution per minute is given, we have to convert it into omega, then only we can find the final velocity, angular velocity from rest in 5 seconds. During 5 seconds it has achieved this much rpm and then immediately power is switched off. Once it has reached this much speed, power is switched off, that means a deceleration will take place, switched off, and the rotor decelerates uniformly to rest. Finally it is coming to rest. So in the second part also, final angular velocity is 0. Initially we are dividing this problem into two parts, that is first part 1 to 2. That is what is happening is the rotor is started from rest, so omega 0 is 0, and it has achieved an angular velocity of RPM of 1800 RPM, speed of 1800 RPM. From that we can calculate omega, final omega, that is omega at 0.2, that is omega 2, or we can say just omega. So now from that omega, second part, what happens is from that omega the body is coming to rest again. So final angular velocity omega is 0, and initial angular velocity corresponding to this 1800 rpm. Now so that is the 1 to 2 is actually acceleration, 2 to 3 it is retardation. Now if the total time elapsed is 12.5 seconds, determine the number of revolutions made in acceleration and deceleration. We want to separately find out the number of revolutions made in during the acceleration and deceleration. Now we will consider the first acceleration part. The rotor is accelerated from rest, so omega 0 equal to 0. Now omega equal to 2 pi n by 60. N is 1800 rpm. See, this is the final rpm at t equal to 5 seconds. So it is n2. N2 means at 0.2. N is 1800, that's why I used n2, 2 pi n by 60. Anyway, omega is 2 pi n by 60, so 2 into pi into 1800 by 60, you will get 60 pi radian per second. This is the final angular velocity during the acceleration. Initial velocity during the acceleration is that is at point 1 is 0, and final angular velocity at point 2 is 60 radian per second, 60 pi radian per second. Now we have the equation theta equal to we have the equation now we have the equation omega equal to omega 0 plus alpha t. So here omega is 60 pi radian per second. See, I am taking only the acceleration part, so final velocity is 60 pi radian per second. So omega is 60 pi, and omega 0 initially during the starting it was omega 0 was 0, so 0 plus 5 into alpha 1 2. I am specifically taking this 1 2 because 1 2 is the acceleration. So 5 into alpha 1 2. So on substituting you will get alpha 1 2 equal to 12 pi radian per second square. Now next equation is theta equal to omega 0 t plus half alpha t square. So theta 1 2 equal to omega 0 t 1 2, that is 5 seconds, plus half into alpha 1 2, that value we got 12 here, and t is 5 seconds. So substituting we will get this value theta 1 2, or angular displacement during acceleration, that we got as 150 pi. See, here it becomes 0 plus half into alpha is 12 pi. On substituting 12 pi into 5 square, finally you will get theta 1 2 equal to 150 pi radian. But we want to find the number of revolutions. Actually it is angular displacement. So angular displacement divided by 2 pi will give the number of revolutions. So number of revolution equal to 150 pi divided by 2 pi, so it is 75 revolution during acceleration. Now we will move on to the next part, that is retardation 2 to 3. This is retardation. So now during this retardation, starting point is 2. At this point we have the angular velocity, initial angular velocity as 60 pi radian per second. See, the final angular velocity of the acceleration is the initial angular velocity of the retardation. So initial angular velocity omega 0 is 60 pi radian per second, and finally it is at point 3 it is coming to rest. So final velocity angular velocity omega is 0. So here it is 60 pi radian per second, here it is 0. Now using the same equation, omega equal to omega 0 plus alpha 2 3 into t 2 minus 3. So omega 0 it is given as omega final angular velocity is given as 0, so this term is 0. Here it is omega 0, we have the value 60 pi radian, alpha 2 3 we don't know that value, t 2 3, how will you find out that t 2 3? It is given in the question, it is given that the total time elapsed is 12.5 seconds, and among this 5 seconds it was acceleration part, so rest will be the retardation part. So 12.5 minus 5, so 7.5 second will be the retardation part. So total time for this much motion, that is from 2 to 3 is 7.5 second. So t 2 3 is 7.5 second. Here it is 0. This is the value of initial angular velocity is 60 pi. So on substituting, you will get alpha 23, that is retardation value, angular retardation value as minus 8 pi radian per second square. So we have the displacement and velocity connecting equation as theta 23, angular displacement equal to omega 0 into t23 plus half into alpha 2 to 3 into t 2 to 3 square. Now the angular displacement we want to find out, and omega 0 is 60 pi into t23 7.5, half into alpha 23 already we got as minus 8 pi, and t23 7.5 square. From this equation we will get it as theta 23 equal to 225 pi. So this is the angular displacement, divided by 2 pi will give total revolution. So it is 225 pi divided by 2 pi, that is 112.5 revolution will be the revolution, total number of revolution during the retardation. So this is all about the numerical. A lot of numericals are available in the textbook and all. So please go through all the problems and try to do it. A variety of problems will be available, so do it, and only you will be able to solve the problem for the university exam. Okay, thank you.